it's given me the confidence to start a business and how to structure it. Lots of support there. And then just like a foundation in general on knowing what you're about and knowing your why. My name is Courtney, and my business name is Courtney Bradley Gardens, and I'm located in Birmingham, Alabama. I specialize in kitchen gardens and cut flower gardens. I left a job in May, a part-time job, and I didn't have a plan moving forward. And I did some soul searching for a couple months, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I have a sister who also owns her own business, and she is just doing so well. She loves it and loves working for herself. She also has children, and she's like, it's a great thing when you have a husband with a very busy and demanding job, being able to dictate your time, your schedule, your commitment, and everything. So she was kind of pushing me to explore some ideas, and I had a couple random ideas. So I have chickens in my backyard, and I was like, what if I bred silky chickens? So they're like the really fluffy, like adorable looking chickens. And I was like, what if I bred silky chickens and just like made a little business out of that? Anyway, I had a chicken die that week, and I was like, okay, I can't do that. That's not gonna work. And I thought about a couple other ideas, and then I was already gardening at the time. I didn't have a full-blown kitchen garden, but I was growing some herbs and a few vegetables. And I came across Gardenary on Instagram and looked into I think it was the Kickstart workshop, and I joined it. And then what's weird is that my sister the next day sent me the same link. She was like, hey, you should look at this. Sometimes we think we're like telepathic. We think the same things at the same times, or like we think about calling each other at the same times. It's just, I don't know, it's just how we are. And it just seemed like this was it. This was like the perfect fit. This is the thing that I was looking for to do, that I'm already doing, that I enjoy, that brings me happiness and fulfillment and gets me outside. And so I just jumped in head first. So I just got my business started 2 weeks ago. We're gonna say that's my first big win, because that's a big deal. Starting your own business. So second win, profitable win. I was trying to come up with a workshop to do at my house. So I have this lovely back patio that we like to host people on. And I was like, this is the perfect spot to do like a small intimate workshop. And I came up with, since we're getting close to like the holidays and Christmas time, a winter welcome wreath workshop. And then I'm going to teach people about winter gardening. And so I made a wreath with all of the evergreen around my property. So juniper, holly, magnolia. So I put together a beautiful wreath and asked a photographer friend to come and take pictures of it. And it turned out so perfect. It was so pretty. And I threw the idea out there on Facebook, on Instagram. And I opened up 7 spots, and I sold out in the first day. So yay. Yeah, I was so excited. And I even have had 3 other people message me saying, hey, I wanted to join, didn't get around to it. Are you doing any more? And I said, I need at least 4 people for it to make sense financially. And this morning I had a 4th person message me. And so, yeah, I'm getting ready to set up another workshop, and I'm going to do it the Sunday after the first one. So it's helped me in a multitude of ways. So, it's given me the confidence to start a business and how to structure it. I think structures and processes are just so important, and reevaluating those are so important. And I don't know how to build structure and processes from the ground up. I know how to look at a structure and a process and reevaluate it and improve it, but like just starting from the beginning is kind of difficult for me. So lots of guidance there, lots of support there. And then just like a foundation in general on knowing what you're about and knowing your why. I think somebody should hire me, one, because I love gardening, and two, I think that there are so many people my age and a little bit older who believe gardening is kind of a lost art or a lost skill. And I am a vintage enthusiast, but I also have modern methods and approaches to gardening. So I like to coin the term that I have vintage values, but modern methods. And I think people will kind of relate to that and like that concept. I grew up gardening with my mom, but I don't know many people my age that garden. It just seems like a vintage thing, where I live at least. But I don't garden the way that my mom did. She gardened in the ground, in the native soil, and I garden with raised beds. I do have, flower beds, of course, in my front yard that I garden and landscape on my own. But when it comes to kitchen gardening, it's strictly, I'm encouraging people to garden from the ground up. So that's my modern component to it. So you can find me at CourtneyBradleyGardens.com. And then if you're on Instagram, you can find me at Courtney Bradley Gardens as well.